Hi, and thanks for joining us today. I'm Callie Canfield, VP of Marketing and Communications for David's Bridal. And today I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to sit down virtually with one of my favorite people in the wedding biz and my new colleague. Meet Maggie Lord, founder of one of the most trusted online wedding resources, Rustic Wedding Chic, and David's Bridal's newly appointed head of partnerships. Thanks for taking the time to talk with us, Maggie.
Thanks for having me.
So I wanted to start out by introducing you and Rustic Wedding Chic to our followers. Can you tell us what is Rustic Wedding Chic and how did you get started in the wedding industry?
So Rustic Wedding Chic is an online inspiration platform that shares ideas and venues and has a directory where we can connect you with all the vendors that can help your day come to life. We fill all of our posts with the most gorgeous imagery and real weddings and photography to help you plan your most perfect day. So I started Rustic Wedding Chic 12 years ago when I was planning my own rustic wedding. My husband and I were getting married at my family's summer house in northern Wisconsin. It's a teeny tiny town. And if you go back 12 years, this is before Pinterest and before Instagram. And so it wasn't so easy to communicate your vision for the day. So I was still tearing out pictures from wedding magazines, sending them to the venue, sending them to the vendors, trying to communicate the look and feel that I really wanted. And there was some online platforms, there was a few blogs, but they certainly were not built out the way that they are today. And I knew that if I was looking for this information, that other people would be too. So I started Rustic Wedding Chic in this very organic way. I was going to share my journey. I was going to share images and inspiration with other brides. And instantly we had a readership, and I was getting emails from other brides who had been desperately searching for ideas and inspiration. And 12 years later, here we are.
I love it. I was one of those brides. Tell us about your new role and what you'll be doing at David's Bridal.
So I'm very excited to come over to David's Bridal and be the new VP head of partnerships. For me, being a entrepreneur, I have had to kind of take every single aspect of the company for the past 12 years. And so I'm extremely excited to be able to focus my efforts just on one area. I always say at Rustic Wedding Chic, I was the CEO and the janitor and everything in between, and I wore every hat. But really where my talents lay is being able to build that partnership through a creative standpoint, be able to figure out how we can bring the best resources to our brides through her journey so that she can just plan and execute the most perfect day. And so I'm really excited to be able to re-energize the partnership program at David's, be able to bring in new partners, be able to work with our amazing legacy partners that we've had for years, and be able to continue to grow how we, help and serve her, our bride.
That's great. What are you most excited about with this new joining of David's Bridal, either with your position or with Rustic Wedding Chic joining?
So personally, I'm really excited to be able to work with a team. Rustic Wedding Chic was a very small company, and I didn't really have a team to rally around and bounce ideas off of. And so for me personally, I'm excited about that. I'm a creative brain, and I like to be able to talk about ideas and really kind of figure out what's the best way to go about doing something. So I'm excited to work on a team. And for Rustic Wedding Chic, I'm just excited that we're going to be able to be aligned with such a force in the wedding market. So many brides look to David's to purchase their perfect gown, to have their bridesmaids dressed. And I feel like now we'll be able to serve her through her whole journey. So with Rustic Wedding Chic, we got them, the minute they said yes and they were engaged, they started looking for ideas and inspiration and venues. And that's where they would find Rustic Wedding Chic. And so now I'm excited to kind of bring them across the finish line. I always say, I love being in this journey with them, but I couldn't I couldn't sell them a dress. I couldn't take them across the finish line. And so I'm excited now that we'll be able to fulfill like the whole 360 planning experience.
That's awesome. Thanks, Maggie. Okay, now a couple questions just for fun. What's your favorite celeb wedding dress of all time?
Oh, there's so many good ones, but I have to say the one I love the most is Gwyneth Paltrow's from a couple of years ago. It just was filled with such beautiful lace, and it was delicate and feminine, yet it still fit sort of like the backyard feel that she had. And I loved it. I loved everything about it.
Love it. What's your favorite wedding trend or tradition?
Well, I have to say, I really love the tradition of a wedding invitation that comes in the mail. I still get excited when I get an invitation to a wedding and I like open it up and I feel it in the paper and the smell of the stationery. I know a lot of people have opted for like online invitations and things, and that has its place in the market, and I'm cool with that. But to me, the tradition of a lovely wedding invitation, it's just everything.
I agree. I love getting mail too.
Yeah.
Okay. If you were getting married now, what dress style would you choose?
Okay. Well, I have a favorite that I've kind of been staring at, thinking, could I just buy it just to wear it around the house? Like, it just would be so fun. So there is a dress from David's Bridal. It's in the Galena signature line, and it just has illusion lace sleeves, and it's got this ball gown feel, and it's both hits the rustic vibe for me, kind of the boho, but also so feminine and celebrates the day in such a beautiful way that I'm seriously considering just buying it just to wear.
It would look amazing on you. Okay, now a quick round of rapid fire to finish this up.
All right.
Wedding cake or wedding donuts?
Wedding cake.
Big bridal party or no bridal party?
Big bridal party. I fully believe you should surround yourself on a day with people who you love and you cherish their friendship and they've supported you through your journey. So the bigger the better.
Love it. High heels or flats?
High heels followed by flats later.
Margaritas or champagne?
Margaritas. In fact, I love them so much, we call them Maggies.
I love it. Roses or peonies?
Roses are classic, and when they're done right, they look great. When they're not done right, they don't really look fantastic, and they just don't have that elegant feel. So I'm going to go with peonies.
My favorite too. Maggie, thanks so much for joining me here today. We couldn't be more excited to welcome you and Rustic Wedding Chic to the David's Bridal family.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Thanks, Maggie. And a big thanks to all of you for following along.